Okay, I think that we're live. Yeah, we got some audio coming out. Perfect, perfect. Um, so a couple things first before we really get down to brass tacks. This kind of series, I guess, that I've been live streaming is it was supposed to be my push to get some stuff ready to post on YouTube. That music I've been working on, it was all a part of that project. And eventually it still will be, but I'm thinking probably I'm gonna have to sidetrack that for a little bit because I have something else that I'm trying to work on right now instead. Is it overreaching? Probably. Is it obtainable or attainable in the time span I've get set for myself? Very possibly not. But what can I say? I'm a sucker for change sometimes. And this new idea is grabbed me pretty hard. So let me give you a kind of a sneak peek of what I'm talking about here. I guess first, before I explain that, let me check real quick. I want to make sure that this is pretty visible on YouTube. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, perfect. Although I do want to make another tab real quick. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. This is the project, or at least part of it. I'm using this website called Draw.io, I'm assuming, and I want to make a choose your own adventure kind of story and post it on YouTube. The hope is that through this process, tonight what I'm looking to get done is format the choices, I guess. And from there, I'm gonna have to make some music. I'm gonna have to draw some backgrounds. I'm gonna have to do some narration and storyboarding, story writing. Part of that's gonna be involved in what we're doing here tonight, but the music and drawing are gonna take up a significant portion of time, I imagine. And then I've got to edit it all together. And I've given myself a month minus however long I've been doing this already because, well, that's just the timetable I've set for myself. If I'm a little late, whatever. If I'm a lot late, clearly I need to reassess my ability here. Um, oh, perfect. You can zoom in like this. Nice. Either way, I saw a post on a YouTube channel one of my buddies follows and kind of keeps me up to date on. There's something called Monster Week that they do every year. It's for D&D typically, or just, tabletop games, all sorts of stuff like that. It's for nerds. But they pick a monster, a creature, some kind of entity, I guess. And a bunch of people make stuff, YouTube videos about it. And I thought, why don't I try to enter this year? 2 years ago, maybe a year, 1 year ago, I had plans on entering something. And it's actually that project I was working on before this. Didn't get around to finishing it. And looks like I'm not again this time either. But the theme for this year is Fae. As in, we're talking little forest spirits, fairies, the elves of the Fey Wilds, whatever, what have you. That's the theme we're working with, and I want to build my adventure kind of around that idea. So what I'm trying to do right now, because at least in my head this makes sense, is plotting out the decision options that you can make as someone playing through this. I will write the rest of the story around this, but I at least in my head have some ideas for how this works. So you're going to start off finding some pond, which is going to be our way to get to the Feywild. It's probably something like you can't see your own reflection, and instead, upon gazing into this pond, you see what looks to be a whole other place, a different forest, unfamiliar trees and creatures. And the first option presented to you in this YouTube page are going to be to enter the pond, to go and tell others in this group that you're with, or to just not go in the pond at all and put it behind you. And that's where we get our flowchart kind of system starting. Now over here, if you don't go into this pond, you're not getting to the Feywild, and that means the story is already over. Not super exciting, but I think it's fun to kind of have that as an option, and that'll be where your kind of ending is. If you want to, you can restart, you can go pick different options, but either way, this dead ends right here. This does not go anywhere. However, let's say, for example, you go and tell others. Then the next video, because each one of these is going to be a separate video, not very long, and these still need edited and stuff, but these videos are going to have narration, music, and kind of a drawing, just kind of give you a visualization of what's happening on the screen. And after the scene is set, you'll be presented with choices. Those choices will have links to separate videos, and you'll click into those, and that'll kind of bring you along the our little flowchart here. Now, upon finding this pond, if you go and tell others, the next video will have a bit of a campsite chat happening with the voices of a few of your kinsmen. And from there, you'll have 3 more choices. They're going to warn you not to go investigate this. And so if you heed their warning, it'll lead you to that same thing of not going to the pond. Same result, functionally, the story's over. That means I'm going to have to write this in a fashion that works both for just choosing to not go into the pond and also for choosing to listen to these, to guidance here. It sounds a little complicated. I think it'll be straightforward. I just have to be vague enough, while specific enough that it applies to both situations. If you try and convince others to join you, then you'll be entering this pond together. But if you choose to just go enter it solo anyways, that's going to lead you to this same option here, which is entering the pond solo. Now, in a perfect world, each one of these options would not match up with any of the others because the story would be completely unique, I guess. Unique to each choice you make. That's how real life works, but unfortunately, as in real life, I am not capable of predicting everything, nor putting in the effort to prepare for all things. So I need to kind of bring some of this back in together a little bit from time to time. If I can't pull that off, then this project isn't feasible. Because like I said, I got a little less than a month here. This is going to be a shortish story because I've got a lot of work ahead of me, both in terms of writing and music and drawing, which again, I'm horrible at. Drawing is what I'm most on edge about. The music is probably going to take the longest, but the drawing is going to be the most frustrating, I'd imagine. Or music. Either way. From here, we're going to keep kind of building this flowchart out, downwards, and just expand it until we're happy with our story. Now, hang on just one second. I'm going to put you back to my webcam as I pull up a Google Doc I made. Aha. Okay, here we are. So this is just a quick document I made for this this idea here. The rough idea, make it happen in a month. Here's the rough story concept. I'm thinking, yeah, I like the idea that you're from a noble family, heir to a noble family or something. And you're on a hunting expedition through the Western Wood. Original, I know. You find this pond, that's going to be where the story kicks off. And then your choices begin. And yeah, at least in my head, I'm trying to work out this this plotting first of the different choices you can make. From there, I'm going to write the story. And after that, I have to write music and start drawing. And then I've got to stitch it all together into something editable. I'm probably going to make these YouTube videos unlisted, excluding the first one, just to kind of get you in. That way it doesn't clog up my YouTube channel with just a bunch of 2-3 minute little random snippets of the story. I'll figure that out later though. I'm not 100% locked in on anything yet. Music will be synthwavy. Yeah, I want to keep the music simple, It's going to be electric sounds, not particularly lifelike. Might throw a harp or violin or just something simple in there from time to time on tracks. But I can't get crazy because I have a month. I expect there's probably going to be like minimum 25 choices in this story, which means minimum 25 different drawings, 25 different tracks, 25 different little story nuggets that I got to write. It's kind of colossal for somebody who hasn't posted a single YouTube video yet. And I want to do both this and finish another video I've been working on in the background by the end of this month. Is it possible? I guess. Is it likely? Probably not, but shoot for the stars, right? Yeah, I'm working on the storyboarding, the outline, this whole thing. And I want at least 7, 8 endings. That might need to get cut based on just how much time we have, but we've got one right here, which is fine. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to look like at least 9 choices by the end of this third kind of section. Yeah, we'll just see how this goes. And I've also got to factor in, I don't want this thing being like an hour long on your specific path unless you go this first one. If this is an hour long between finding the pond and choosing not to enter it, I've done something horribly wrong. Even still, though, I don't want this to be mega big either for the viewer or for my sake, just to get from beginning to any of the endings, aside from this early one. Because this is definitely the earliest exit. I'll probably make a note of that in the ending. I think each ending will have a little card with me describing, hey, you made it to the end, or an end. But if I want 7 or 8 of these, we got to get to work. We're going to just come up with some kind of blanket concepts here. So we got find pond. We've got 3 options from there. And then from here, we're going to have 3 options. From here, we're going to have 2 options probably. And from here, we're going to have 2 options. This has no options because it's the end. Convince, scare, trickster together. So on this path, you enter the Fey Wild, we're going to call it, the Fey realm, the land of the fairies, with at least a few others from your camp. And because of numbers, they're going to be able to frighten away this creature here, which if you enter on your own, you're going to have to deal with some other way. Which means they're going to face a different outcome, which I think is just which way to go. Upon entering, yeah, you're definitely going to be lost. Otherwise, people would just go back when it gets bad. So let's start here. Meet Trickster alone. If that is the scene that we're playing out, we will... Okay, well, we've got to consider everything over here is going to be on your own. So until we're separated from the group here, we can't have any of these rejoin together. Over this way, these will just be separate kind of locations. I think that ultimately it's going to be impossible to keep the group together just for the sake of being able to wrap some of these back around towards each other. I'm getting some notifications from a group chat I'm in. Ooh, actually, I have a quick idea. Can you put you back on here real quick, like? And let me see if I can open up a file. Having a hard time finding it, but I know it exists. We search for another way. Microsoft does not like making things easy to find, but that's all right. Well, now you just gotta be kidding me. I'm just trying, well, frying. I'm just trying to find my dang Reaper files, and that seems to be impossible right now. All right, we're looking again. It better show up, because if not, I might have just lost everything I've been working on. And I will not take too kindly to that. Actually, hang on. Can I... Is there an open recent? There is. Thank goodness. Oh no. Don't tell me it's all gone. Okay, well, I might be able to save some of this. Which is going to be crucial. Okay, thank goodness. I think we're alive here. That was very worrisome. Still kind of is, if I'm being 100% honest. Now this says the project's done loading, but nothing's come up yet. Hey, there we go. Okay, let's double check, make sure this is all here. I think it is. We'll jump to this just to make sure. Perfect. Okay. Now that that's back, I feel much better. Sorry about this. I'm going to have to put you back on this one more time just to open a different project. I'm looking for this. Okay. Now, as soon as this finishes loading, it should be a quick 1-2 buckle my shoe. Let me get my webcam back on. I have repeat on. Okay. Let's get back to business here. So I just wanted to make sure that I had, well, first of all, my tracks, my music. I almost deleted all of that accidentally, threw it in the recycling bin because it's all in OneDrive, which is not where I want it. I'll have to sort that out later, but we're just going to let piano kind of play in the background. Maybe a little quieter than it is right now. Okay, now it's definitely quieter than I am. I'll put it right about there. I'm going to turn the volume down on my side. And now it's back to work. Okay, finally. Me, Trickster alone. What are our options here? What do we want to have happen? I want at least 2 because it's no choice at all if you don't have options. So I'm thinking we can go for the tried and true, this entity, this trickster, whatever we end up making it. It says something along the lines of, can I have your name? Or, I'm curious, we don't, yeah, okay, let's think. How would this conversation go? Something along the lines of, curious, we don't often see your sort around these parts. Might I have your name? I like that. And because we're in the Feywild now, someone asking, may I have your name, has very different connotations than it does in the real world. This is a land where things don't line up quite one-to-one with reality. That being said, I should probably write some rules for my version of the Feywild real quick. Fey was created in time immemorial. The strongest and earliest magics are those of a binding nature, and society reflects this deeply. Reality is twisted / topsy-turvy. None of this is particularly original, I don't believe, to this setting. A lot's been done with the Fae in the past, especially with D&D. Mostly it's the format that's going to be interesting, along with any just little nuggets of custom lore or whatever we drop in. What else should be kind of a core rule here? Summer and winter courts are always at odds, and cycle between Seelie and Unseelie, respectively. We'll get more into this later, but roughly my understanding is Seelie is kind of positive emotions, Unseelie are negative. Positivity, negativity. These are terms used in the, I guess, Celtic history mythos of Fae, and it's kind of seeped into D&D, tabletop games, just general lore on them. And I want summer and winter courts to not just be the good guys and the bad guys, but instead they change, they shift. You can have a summer which is nice and just pleasant to be in. You can also have a scorching summer where everything's dying under the heat. Likewise, you can have mild winters or even, beautiful snows, but then you also have these crazy storms which just freeze everything in sight. So I want Seelie and Unseelie to be kind of a moving thing instead of just tied to one's one, one's the other. Third party is the Fae creatures who are neither, who exist outside of the Seelie and Unseelie, known as the... Okay, well, let's find a synonym real quick. I want to double check something. Okay. I just realized my music dropped out there, so apologies for that, but should be back now. I'm looking for a synonym to muted. Maybe the temperate? I don't know. Okay, well already I'm getting more ideas. So we'll say power is drawn from volatility, both emotional and, excuse me, actionable. Thus, lying / dishonesty is unbecoming and actively harmful towards one's growth in the favorite. What on top of that? We could say that jump back here, see if we can't find. Okay, word hippo is pretty good in my experience for finding a lot of different names for words. Okay, let's try quiet and find some synonyms for that. The hushed ones? How's that sound? Entitled for name refers to those who suppress themselves and their emotional volatility. The powers drawn from this kind of volatility, they're actively crippling themselves, but perhaps for a longer game, something more drawn out. The hushed are not wholly understood within the Fey realm. For that level of temperance is akin to crippling oneself. Often they are often enough have various hushed ones. Plotted so deeply and schemed so intently that they have become the target, the primary excuse me, enemy of both the Seelie and Unseelie. Contracts are sacred, we're gonna say, with some parentheses. Well, these are parentheses. What's the one? No. Either way, they're sacred. Within Fae culture, due to their long history and binding power of their home, of their world. Mysterious binding power of their world and words. Words and world. There we go. They can choose to lie, but few accepting the hushed would commit such reckless and taboo actions. Okay, we've got a few rules, I think a couple more, and we can call it on this, at least for now. We'll at least punch in a couple of those, add some more to that kind of storyboarding, our little template. And I'll probably call stream. I've got some more to do. I'm going to do it off camera, though, because I've got a headache, and these sunglasses and these headphones are not doing me any favors right now. I'm hoping to get this whole flowchart wrapped up by the end of tonight, though. Before I call it a night, I guess. Hit the sack. Call it a bed. Wow. I'm falling apart over here. Yeah, I want to get it done, but I think I'm probably going to be able to move faster off stream. Next stream, I might kind of give an update on progress, though, and show where we're at. I do have a buddy of mine that I brought this up to, and he might be helping out some. Especially in the writing of this, which I do appreciate. Excuse me. Yeah, I think a couple more kind of universal rules, and we'll call it there. So now we have a reason why contracts are important. We've got these three kind of factions. Two mirror each other, and the third refuses to engage in that. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something important here, but I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, okay. Humanity has many stories, both true and both fact and fiction, about the Fey realm. Okay, both supporting the existence of a Fey realm and rejecting it. But in nearly all stories of fairy folk that exist, there is an express danger in concern over the passage of time in such a place or state. over the infinite spans of time. Sprawl of time. When one ruler falls, their lands become obtainable. Loses their strength or life. Their domains become what to call it, like a hotspot, a primary interest of other parties. There's a measure of power / what to call it, embodiment of volatility. Am I using the right word here? It'll work. We might change that word later, but that's not our priority right now. Okay. So over the infinite sprawl of time. Over the infinite sprawl of time, when one ruler loses their strength or life, their domains become the primary interest of other parties. There's a measure of power / the embodiment of volatility required to become its new master and gain the privileges of such a title. Meaning, these are the times of unrest. Sure, we'll leave that for now. And we need to fill in some of these gaps we can. Either way, we've got kind of a rough kind of build there. Back to this, the original topic of the night. Let's keep building out. So if you meet a trickster alone, you're gonna go for the classic, they ask for your name. If you give it to them, suddenly you become nameless. I don't know, their property. Okay. So give name and about you. It's just too long. Okay. Really? So an M is... Okay, well this works. Give name and about you. is strength. We wander from there to there. Are we going to need another one of these? Why does this feel so far apart? Oh, because it needed to be. That's right. So in this other option, they ask for information about you. You can, we'll say you can mislead them or you can run as a third option. Sure. I added ale in here because I'm thinking this might lead to you falling unconscious or something. Over here you mislead. The result, or the beginning of the next chapter anyways, is a fork in the road. If you mislead, fork in road. And then over here, we'll make another one of you. We'll make another one of you. This option will be flee. And the result will be approach hut, sure. Could I bring one of these over here? I could. Don't want to, but that's good to know. Okay, so over here we'll say, as a group, you guys frighten this trickster off. This could be a good chance to bring these together. If there's a fight or something that forces everyone to be separated. Either way, we'll go right, left, or backwards as our options. Well, this would be left because that's the orientation we're in right now. So if you go left, come to castle. We'll say approach castle. Over here we've got right. If you go to the right, what do you find? Approach swamp. And then over here, we've got back, approach hut. We'll say behind, actually. Also get some arrows going to these. Oops. There we go. And already this thing is beginning to sprawl. Meaning we're gonna have to start bringing things back in here soon. So what are we at right now in terms of just what we have to make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. But it's actually closer to, I don't know, 9 or something. Because a couple of these can be combined into the same pretty much thing. We'll have to do a little more writing, but Again, writing is not my biggest concern right now. It's more the time cost of making the music and drawing the backdrops. So I flee behind. There we go. Okay, so now we got another character. I guess, here, we can write down a few of these characters as a section. We've got Trickster, entity which seeks to manipulate the unsuspecting. Travelers. We'll call this one Hushed, maybe? We don't need to specify. At least not right now. We can change that later if we need to. Hag. Human woman. Who... What to say about her? Has a grasp of the Fey realm. That's what we've got written down for now, as far as characters go. Outside of those at the campsite and our main character, and whatever other kind of setting info we write up. This one right here, we're going to need something new. This swamp one, we're also going to need something new. Figured I'd better start numbering these things. One, two, three, four, five. Six. Seven. 8. 9. 10. 11. Except actually these might change a little bit because we got a castle, fork in the road. Got swamp, we've got house. So this is actually 6.5. Okay, we'll go 11, and then in parentheses, 6.5. And the reason I did that is because, well, actually, let's go 6.1. We've already got a pro chat listed here as number 6. Since 11 comes after 6, we'll just keep it that simple, make this a change there. It's different because this is a different circumstance, meaning we've got a group here. This has to be written differently, but when we're at this hut, the music can play out the same. Same music, same backdrop. Mostly we might just need to add in a few more people visually. Ooh, but actually this does change things. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4.5 by that metric. Actually, no, this works. This works. It's 5 and 5.1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Excuse me. So this should be 2, this should be 3, and this should be 4. Just for my own sake, if we're working left to right. Okay, we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we got what happens in the hut. We've got what happens here when you faint. I think we'll be taken to the castle. We've got this fork in the road. And this one actually might go over to here. Well, that took entirely more effort than it needed to be, but we got it. Oh, no, we did not. Oops. Wow. Well, that was unnecessary. First, we got to build the option down below. Here we got the fork in the road. That's what's described to us, meaning we need more boxes. Okay, fork in the road. Go back. Road shot. No, so this is right, okay. I see what we did. So it's flee behind slash go back. And now we can draw this stinking arrow again. There we go. We're running out of space. Guess we gotta start merging stuff, right? We got that there. We've got go left and we gotta go right. Okay. Oh, man. I think probably I'm gonna... Yeah. I'm gonna wrap the stream for now. Like I said, these headphones are starting to kill my ears. And, I got some work to get to. I'm streaming like an hour now, right? Yeah. Then, yeah, I'm gonna get, really hammering out some of these details. Like I said, hopefully I get this thing done tonight. If not, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. But it is what it is. It's progress, right? All right. Well, if you did swing by, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. And until next time.